All right, so for those of you that are at home and are wondering what in the world happened to the live feed,
the evil spirits just didn't want us to be on the air.
Yeah.
Evidently. And I'm trying to get us back up on the live end here. I don't know what's happening as far as I don't understand what exactly happened, but it is what it is. We're going to try to figure out what's going on. They said that we're not. Amon says you're not even showing us in the room anymore, Tim. So I'm not exactly sure what happened, but we're still trying to figure it out. So you guys stick with us if you're out there. If you're not out there and you can hear us, then we're going to continue trying here. And still nothing, even with disabled calling in. Okay, so okay, I don't know what to do.
Laura says still no sound.
Okay, so this is going to have to end this show. Exit, and we're going to have to do new live. Season 1, Part 2. I can't believe that happened. Of all the things ever.
Of all the things, of all the times.
It's never happened before.
Crazy. Okay, well, how about this? While you're doing that,
please.
I will have a discussion with my two cohorts over here. I just want y'all to know, I almost showed up today as a professional,
you did show up today.
Accredited, barely, but I almost showed up as a professional, accredited, angelic healing practitioner.
Ooh.
I saw that.
It sounds very fancy, doesn't it?
How did you do that?
Yeah. All she had to do was take a little class.
Yes. So yesterday alone, for the low price of $19.99, if I had devoted 4 hours, and I say devoted liberally, to this course, I could have learned how to channel archangels, how to connect with their energy.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
And what else do we have here? Oh, there was also the part where if I wanted to start doing therapy, hosting therapy sessions for people, how to make money at that. That was one of the first parts of the course. How to connect with my guardian angel.
Oh, wow.
Learning about the 4 watchtower archangels and their responsibilities, like what they can do for me.
Nice.
And their favorite crystals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know,
and how
crystals.
to work those.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
That's a lot of deception right there.
There's so much.
I'll say.
Come on now, Steve.
So this really piqued my interest.
These demons of light.
Yes. And so I started listening to, I did not spend the $20 to do that, but I started listening to a couple different podcasts about this, and it was actually very fascinating. The level of, it's probably going to get me in trouble, the level of twisted theology that is in this whole thing. So, for instance, they were talking about Michael and Gabriel and their roles. And the crazy thing is, their source is the Bible. Their reference point is the Bible. But they are attributing all of these characteristics of God to the angels. So, for instance, if you need protection or if you are dealing with fear, then you need to reach out to the Archangel Michael, because he will protect you. And if you give him your fears, he will help you overcome them, and he will wrap you in his blue cloak of protection. And it was very, very interesting.
Did you seek this out, or did they see? Is it one of those things where the ad pops up and then you kind of click on it?
No. So I wanted to do a little bit of research for this show. I wanted to, show up halfway prepared, I guess.
Good thinking.
Yeah.
I know, right? Who
Tim
would thought?
appreciates that.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
so-
I prepared this time too.
Yeah, so
Amen.
I'm finding this stuff, and it's just it's crazy,
Right.
because it seems to me like they have missed the forest for the trees, and they're talking about all of these characteristics of angels, but it's like they stopped there. They didn't take it the one step further. If Gabriel is the messenger of angels, well, you can't deliver a message unless it's given to you. So,
Sent by God. That's
yes.
angelos. Yes.
Yes.
But you're not embodying the role of angel at the get go. Then that's a. If that was the case, if then all pastors. Well, I would say that's a stretch, anyways. But all pastors are angels, and that's not true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. But
Yeah.
it was really fascinating. But it just I mean, I wanted to message them, be like, you have really missed the point here, because the angels are nothing without the source. Their power is nothing without the source. They can't deliver a message without the ultimate authority giving them that message. And it's kind of heartbreaking to think that there are so many people who have fallen into this trap.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Because it sounds great. They make it sound really wonderful. Like you can get all of this power and this healing and this comfort, and it'll help you solve your problems. And I'm thinking, oh, how many people? Yeah, how many people are
deceived.
believing this crap?
Okay. So I'm going to tell you we're kind of back on with gusto. We got some more people that are
Awesome.
following. We lost a
Yeah.
few. I really apologize about the power loss that out of the blue, man. I mean, just
Yeah.
Wow.
weird.
Yeah.
That was
Right when
crazy.
we were going to take a call.
Yeah. I'm going to open it back up again. I know that some of you were really wanting to share your story. The number 903-400-9249. Hopefully we could take your call now and be with you guys. I'm really sorry about the on-air the power loss. Yeah.
Well, you know, we needed to have
is
a
what it is, man. We should have.
Time for a generator.
backup generator.
No,
Yeah.
we have one. It's just not. We ain't got it running yet. But it'll
wow.
happen. But you guys go ahead and call. Yes, you can call now. And
If you were the one that was calling and you didn't get your call through just now,
Yeah, try.
Yeah. Call
Try
back.
again.
Yeah.
Call again.
please. So go ahead and call, and we'll take your call as soon as we possibly can. I don't know if you're trying to call. Hopefully, my phone isn't fouled up at this point, but I think we should be able to. Hear it if you call. So call us. What we were talking about this angelic thing. I'm going to say this: in the last days, I think there's going to be deception out there. There's going to be mock power. Even in Paul's day, there were people trying to buy the Holy Spirit and the power that comes along with it. And so you got to be really, really careful about what you're selling yourself to. I'm not going to say that, there isn't ministering spirits. I'm not going to say that
Sure,
there aren't
yeah.
angels that will help you in times of problems. I'm not going to
Yeah.
say that those things aren't happening. I'm just not going to. I don't know how much is true and how much is not true. I know discernment wise, I can look at things and not be okay with those things. There's something inside my spirit which doesn't match those things, and that happens frequently, especially when we're talking about. And man, I'm going to get so much in trouble on this, but when we're talking about a culture out there that is built around sensualities and feelings, what usually ends up happening is people are wanting miracles, signs, and wonders more than they want the presence of God.
Yeah.
And they're searching and seeking after those things, and they start creating atmospheres. Watch Neek. He wrote a whole book about something that's called The Latent Power of the Soul. Now, I'm not saying that I believe everything he said, but if I believe that men with their sensualities and their feelings sometimes conjure things and do things in the name of the Lord that isn't the Lord. And you got to be really careful that you're not putting yourself into things, and you got to test the spirits. You got to make sure that you are praying about those things and making sure you're erring on the side of not only the Scripture, Holy Spirit, the name of the Lord, but also that you're not just doing stuff just simply because you like to see the power or any of those things. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to be really careful. Obviously, I guess this guy's not going to call, but we'd really like for you guys to call if you want to. We're going.
Yes,
this is the
call.
second part. We will do the best that we can to get the. Hopefully, you're making it through. If you're trying to call and you can't get through, let us know, and we will do the best that we can to make sure that we get a hold of you. I don't have your names on these phone calls, so even if you call, and it's going straight to voicemail is what I'm hearing. Great.
Oh man.
Why is it going straight to
Well,
voice?
who knows? Let me make sure I'm connected to the right
Internet.
Wi-Fi. Yeah. Hold on, guys. Oh, well, there's your problem, Tim. All right, here. Aaron, try it one more time, buddy. Try it one more time. One more time. See, I told you got to be bearing with us because I'm there we go.
Podcast line.
Yay.
Accepted.
See, when you know what you're doing, I have no idea what I'm doing, but when you know what you're doing, you actually might be able to pull these things off. This is PT, you're on the air.
And I made it through.
Hey!
Congratulations.
This is
The electricity will stay on this time.
maybe,
Yes.
hopefully. I believe,
So-
I honestly believe that was an attack.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
believe
saying.
so, too.
I have an electrifying personality, and it just sucked all the electricity right out of your building.
true.
You're one of the villains on Spider-Man. Yeah. Electro, dude. Anyways, this is another bald beauty. This is Amon. How you doing, dude?
Oh man, I'm making it. I'm making it. I have a couple of stories, if you will allow me to tell two.
Well, of course. Go ahead, man. But you'll only be counted as one for the $100.
Do you want creepy ghost story first or spiritual story
You
first?
do whichever one you want, man. Go ahead.
All right, we'll save the best for last. So, creepy ghost story.
Okay.
My wife and I decided in 2018, she decided she wanted to go stay in a hotel in Eureka Springs that is listed as one of the most haunted places in the U.S. or something. I don't know. Some things she saw in some traveling magazine. So since my wife is amazing as she is, I wanted to make sure she was happy, so I took her to said hotel
Yes.
called
Good
the
job.
Crescent.
Way to go.
The Crescent?
After we get there, I
Crescent.
find out that this hotel in the past has been an insane asylum, a cancer hospital.
I'm out.
creepy stuff.
You did
I'm
say
out.
no at this point, right? You said no.
Nope.
Yeah.
She gone.
No, he said yes.
This was after we were already there, checked into the room, and had stayed the first night.
Oh man.
So they have a ghost tour that goes on throughout the hotel and the grounds around it. So I had been on a few of these ghost tours at different places, and they were really in depth with the history of the building and all, which I love history. So I said, you know what, let's do it. And so as we're waiting to start the tour, I'm sitting on this little platform. There's 3 steps up to this little platform that's maybe 10 by 10, and that leads to the staircase that goes all the way up to the other floors. And I keep, as you said, I'm bald. I keep feeling like somebody's blowing on the back of my head.
Oh, wow.
So I turn around and I keep looking, and I'm like, there's nobody back there. Okay, it'd have to be huge, 10 feet tall to be able to blow on the back of my head. So I start looking for air conditioning vents, and I find there's no air conditioning vents or fans or anything that I can find pointing that direction. So I was like, okay, that's just weird. Old building, it's drafty. And didn't think much of it. So we start the tour, and as we're going through the tour, they're explaining different things. And I started getting real bad Charlie horse. So I kind of squat down and I'm stretching a little bit, trying to get this Charlie horse worked out. And all of a sudden, it feels like a kid, just like a small child, hops on my back for a piggyback ride. And
Your back?
I instantly, on my back, there's nothing there, but I feel like this kid jumps on my back. And I hop up and let out this big sigh. I'm kind of squirming around. And it kind of creeped me out a little bit. And
Well, yeah.
Lana keeps looking at me.
Yeah.
Keeps looking at me. And then the tour guide says, "Sir, are you okay?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Fine. I just had a cramp." And the tour guide said, "Is that all?" You know? So we continue on. And as we finish, the tour guide looks at me again and says, "Sir, when we were on the 3rd floor, right there at the top of the stairs, you felt something." I said, "Yeah, I just had a weird feeling." I said, I don't know. This whole concept of ghosts just kind of creeps me out and all. Mm-hmm. But I felt something, but it was no big deal." And he said, did it feel like a small child was messing with you?"
What?
Shut up.
And I instantly said, "No, wait a minute. Hold on.
A visitor has come."
Now you got me interested. You piqued my interest. And he goes on to tell me that when it was the cancer hospital, the doctor that was over the hospital had a small boy, I think he was like 5 or 6 years old, that would bounce a ball around in the hallway right in that area. And I said, "Okay." And he said, "So the reason I ask if you felt something is bald men about your age, about your size, have normal experiences right there, because that's where the child fell from when he fell to the platform where the tour started and died at age 6.
My.
So
Creepy.
the on the back of my head was on the platform where the kid landed from falling, where the piggyback ride incident feeling I had happened. And since that day, I have told my wife she wants to go stay at these other haunted hotels and stuff. And now the answer is absolutely
No.
Yeah.
no. Not
Yeah.
You
No.
have fun with that.
No.
Take your mom, your sister, your friend, your dad, go, but no, I'm out. So
Yeah, no.
that's my creepy, weird, and it's perfect for Halloween. I end up telling that story to somebody every Halloween. Because wherever we go, Brittany's like, "Tell your story. Tell your ghost story." I'm like, "Oh,
That's pretty. Okay, so give us the other one, Aaron. Go ahead.
All right, so the spiritual one, the one that has, to me, has affected my life more. When I was 19, I was playing in a band named Brothers Frail, and I was having a lot of issues going on spiritually, not knowing where God was wanting me to go, and which way he was leading me. And I had been battling with a decision to join the Air Force or not. And I was praying continuously that God would give me some kind of sign that if he wanted me to join the Air Force, he would give me some kind of sign that he was protecting me and that he would protect me. And if that's the way he wanted me to go. And so one night, after one of our shows, I had told the guys, I'm like, I'm supposed to meet with a recruiter tomorrow. Be looking for another bass player to fill in for me if I decide to join, because it's potentially going to be pretty quick when I ship out and all. And so we had that conversation, and a friend of mine had went to the show with me that night, so he was in the car with me. We were headed home, and we get to I-20. We're on 69 headed back into Lindell. We get to I-20 to the red light and stop. And as we're sitting there, it's just running through my mind that God is about to give me this sign. God is going to give me this sign soon. I had this feeling come over me that now it is. Be alert, be watching, be listening, because you're about to see what I can do. Oh. And so
I like
I'm
that.
sitting there at the red light, and the light turns green. Take my foot off the brake pedal, and I push the gas, and the car revs up, and it feels. You know how if you're holding your brake down and you start pushing the gas, you kind of feel the car pushing, but it won't go.
Yeah.
As I was pushing the gas, I could feel that, like the car was trying to go, but it wouldn't. And a few seconds later, an 18-wheeler comes barreling down the frontage road, runs the red light,
Oh my goodness.
and goes right in front of me and clips the car that was beside me right on the back end.
Whoa.
That if I would have went when I pushed the gas, it would have hit right on my door, and I would not be here today.
Wow.
Wow.
I have no explanation for why, because as soon as it hits my car, I put my foot back on the brake for just a few seconds, and then after it all's over, I wanted to get out of the roadway, so I just let off the brake and pull right around it and get over to the shoulder and stop and call 911, and my car had no trouble. I had that car for another 2 or 3 years and never had another issue similar to that. My friend that was with me that night was not a believer, and he looked at me when we got pulled over. He said, "Who was that standing in front of the car?"
Shut up.
Wow.
Shut up.
Gosh.
I didn't see anything, and to this day, I don't know what he saw exactly. But he swears, and he'll still tell you today that there was someone standing in front of the car holding it from going.
Wow.
And
Man, I hope he was at
now
church on
he has
Sunday.
gone on to be he is a believer, and
Wow.
he actually ended up being my replacement in the band when I left to go into the Air Force.
Wow.
Wow.
Aaron, thanks for calling, man. This is awesome. That's a great story,
amazing.
dude. Thank you.
Absolutely. Y'all have a great one. Happy Halloween to you guys.
You too.
You too, man. We love you, buddy. We'll talk to you
Bye.
later.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Wow.
That was
Woo,
cool.
son.
Yeah.
Man.
God is awesome.
Yeah, he is.
God
Man,
is awesome.
God is awesome.
Yeah, and I don't think we've even broached the topic. Now, I want to give you the warning again that we say, first of all, I'm sorry about the power loss, and I'm glad you guys are listening in again. I want to make sure you understand that God's more powerful than anything that's out there.
Yes.
And if you're based in trust in Him, then what can they do to you? At the end of the day, it's about Him, and
Yes.
He's going to protect you. And even if life here is not what you thought it was going to be, the great news is that He's got your back for eternity. So the dash is not as important as knowing Him now. We got, man, I wish we had more time. After the music break here in just a sec, we got a Jericho March song called By Fire. It's probably one of my favorite ones off of their latest album, Proto Evangelium. Jericho March is a great local band. And Tyler, if you guys want to hear them,
They're
my buddy
awesome.
Jordan Jax Rhodes is the front man for that band, and they're great, and this is a great song. But we're going to go ahead and take one more caller after the musical break. You guys could call a little bit later, but listen, I'm going to go ahead, and if something about this has spoken to you, or if you want to share something but you don't necessarily want to be on air, I can also receive texts on that number. So if you want to go ahead and send in your texts and just ask a question or even leave some feedback or whatnot, go ahead and text that number. It's 903-400-9249. We're going to go to this musical break by Jericho March, and then we're going to come back and maybe answer some of your questions. Here we go. That's Jericho March right there, a little bit of By Fire, and we really appreciate you guys listening in and having a good time with us today. Again, we're going to open it up again for calls or even texts. We realize that we've got a couple of bugs that we are still trying to work out and fix. And we're going to have the conversation right now about our favorite story until we get a call or a text. The next person that calls will be a winner of a $100 gift card. The very next person. That's the random person.
Get on the phone. Get on the phone.
If you want a $100 gift card, you better call right now, 903-400-9249. Once again, that's 903-400-9249. Otherwise, we're going to talk about who our favorite story is. I liked them all. I thought they were great.
Yes.
I really thought the
Man, they were
interaction was good. What do you guys think? Go ahead, Todd. What do you think? What's your vote?
Well, it's funny because I listened to Bart's, and I remember when I was growing up in Washington too. Mm-hmm. We used to have a house, and it was lined with like pine boards, and then it went up to the top floor, and then the two rooms were off to the right and the left, and the one on the right had those like secret doorways on the side.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
And so my mom would always stash the Christmas presents in there, so it was cool. But aside from that, I remember one time, I kind of relate with Bart. I didn't have the glowing red eyes, but I remember one time I went up the stairs and I looked off to the right, just as usual, and the door was tipped open, and I was like, "Ooh, weird." Why is that like that? So I don't know.
You like Bart's?
I like Bart's, but I only because I can relate to that. But I mean, they were all great stories. I can't.
It's hard. It's hard.
It's pretty tough.
All right, Joe, what you think?
Could be a Mexican stand down here.
I have to tell you, the kid jumping on Aaron's back.
Yeah.
That one got me. That one got me. That gave me the goose pimples.
Raising the hair in the back of your neck.
And you're playing
Yeah.
with the music. That was fun.
Yeah.
I wonder if Aaron could tell that.
I don't know.
I can't believe we haven't had anybody call in.
I'm surprised too. The next caller is going to get $100, and nobody has
You don't have
called.
to tell a story.
Okay, I'm
I was
calling.
gonna
No,
say,
not
that's it.
you,
I'm
Steve.
calling.
That's not that's it. No, not Steve. None of you guys can do that. It has to be somebody that's out here.
Steve?
So you guys, yeah. Okay, so you said Aaron, the ghost story. Now remember, there's only one that qualifies as the story. Do you like the God story or do you like the ghost story?
Oh,
You like the
that's-
ghost story.
That's
Yeah, yeah,
hard.
I was gonna say,
That's
she likes the
hard.
ghost
I think we should. just
Yeah.
decide right now that his only counts as one. He can't
But
have
he
two
did say
entries.
he did say he was going to save the best for last.
Yeah.
So-
Podcast line.
Uh-oh. Somebody is about to win $100 as soon as I put them on the line. Let's see who this is.
What should be a warranty call?
What- this is PT. You're on the line.
Hey, does it count if we already called in PT?
It absolutely counts. Bart, you just won $100, dude. You got it, man. Woo! All right, man. Great job, dude. It absolutely and you're in the running for another one too. So you might walk away with 200 bones today, man. It depends on how the votes go. Ooh. But man, appreciate your call. You got $100, and you know how we're going to settle up. So I'll see you soon. Okay.
All right.
All right, Bart. Thanks, buddy. Bye.
Love y'all.
Love you too, man. Bye. All right, Bart won $100.
Congrats.
Man, that's all you got to do is listen. That's all you got to do.
And he has an
Simple.
amazing story.
He had a great story. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we're down to the wire here, Steve. What's your vote? And you can't say Joanna.
I like Joanna.
I know, but Steve, you got to follow the rules, man. This is the callers, not the people that are already
never
here.
follows the
Steve?
rules. Right? Steve?
Well, I liked. Did you say his name is Ara?
Aaron.
Aaron.
Yeah.
I like Aaron's. Both of them are really good.
So even if you had to pick one.
But I also like
he's
your
got two
mom's
votes.
whenever, the demon possessed person and the cloud is all that stuff. That's cool too.
It's creepy.
Well,
Yes, sir.
I too enjoyed Aaron's story, the ghost story. That was pretty cool. So,
Yeah.
Aaron, you're walking away with $100.
Way to go, Aaron.
Way to go.
See, taking your wife to the creepy hotel.
Paid
it
off.
paid off.
Yeah.
It's going to
Yeah.
pay off today.
Now you got
At least a little bit.
Now you
your
gotta go
wife.
take her
It'll
out to
pay
dinner.
for therapy after dealing with that story.
There you go. Good thing it's a MasterCard. Accepted by all.
Yeah, I think it's accepted by all. I'm telling Aaron that he needs to text that number 49249. He needs to text the address so that we can send it to him, because I know he needs to get that as soon as possible. All right. Well, that does it for the live feed today. We've had quite a interesting.
Yeah. Thank you to everybody who called in.
Yes, thank you.
Some amazing stories.
Very cool to see how many people are listening in live. And for those of you that are listening in on later on, we hope this answers some of your questions out there. We hope that maybe you're having a great time with your family listening in. Remember that there is a battle for your soul. Remember that there is things that you need to get involved with really quick. That is to make Jesus the foundation of your life. Let Holy Spirit come and make his residence in your life. And then you'll be really equipped to handle these attacks and things like that are happening, and you'll have a better foundation to stand on in that case. Let me say how thankful we are for the opportunity to be able to enter your lives by way of this podcast. So thank you for listening in. Thanks for all the responses. And listen, if you've got an idea for a podcast that you'd like to hear, please email me at tim@timletch.com. Once again, that is tim@timletch.com. tim@timletsch.com. Let me know what you would like to hear us talk about. We've already gotten a couple of requests, and we're going to put them down for season 2. Cool. And that'll be happening next year. November is going to be politics month. We're going to be deviling. That's my spelling in my script here. We're going to be, and that is exactly what I believe politics is all about.
More on the nose than you know.
I said devil.
Yeah, we're going to be delving into some political issues. You don't want to miss next week when we talk about politics in light of Romans 13. So you guys stay tuned. But it's been a great conversation. We love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're going to hope you join us next week. But until then,
This is Todd Bergen.
Steve Howard.
Joanna Grace.
and this is PT. If no one's told you guys, God loves you, and so do we. We appreciate you so much. We hope to see you back next week. God bless you.